How about our quarterback? How about our quarterback?
I'm your quarterback.
He's a stud.
He is a stud.
I knew he was going to play that way. I knew it. Don't doubt him. All he does
I'm
is win.
Birdgang 31 and I'm fly like an eagle. Hit him low, hit him high like the Eagles. Catch me on a podcast and we only talking Eagles. Dallas still sucks and ain't nothing like the Eagles. I'm one O-line, Jaelan Phillips top 5. Run it like Saquon, like I'm down Queen. Always open AJ, touchdown, say. Strap him up like DeJean, sack him up, Zach Bond. On the road to victory, yeah. We gon' run your Eagles fly. Hit him low, hit him high. Hit him low, hit him low, hit him high. We gon' hit him low, we gon' hit him high. We gon' hit him low, we gon' hit him high. We gon' hit him low, we gon' hit him high. Birdgang 31 is a host, man. Bringing Eagles to your door like the postman. Make some noise if you a real Birds fan. Make some noise if you a real Hurts fan. Yeah.
What is up, Eagles Nation? It's your boy Birdgang 31 in the building. How's everybody doing? How's everybody day is today? Because today is Tuesday. The Eagles won their bye week, and I'm feeling good about it. I brought my boy CLINT COLEY on to talk about this team today. How you doing today, buddy?
I'm good, man. How you doing?
Doing good. So let everybody know, if they haven't heard of you or not familiar with your content, what you do, what you're from, your whole spiel there.
No, my name CLINT. I'm from Philly. I'm an Eagles fan. That's what I am right now. I ain't nothing else. Nothing more, nothing less.
Nothing more, nothing less. Yes. How you like the team so far?
I love the team. I think born and raised in Philly. I grew up an Eagles fan, been an Eagles fan my whole life. To me, this is prime Eagles fan right now. This is prime Eagles fandom right now. Where we've been and what we've done in the last 10 years has been, or I would say 8 years. You know what I'm saying? If we really just starting off from the 2017 season. But yeah, in the last 8 years has been nothing but pure bliss. Three Super Bowl appearances, 2 championships, and right now that we are we're prized or primed to go back to back, in my opinion. So I'm good. I'm happy.
Yeah, were you worried about the offense at all early in the season?
No, I wasn't worried about the offense. Here's the thing, man. This is one thing. I'm gonna be honest with you. I hate Eagles fans. I hate other Eagles fans. We jump off a bridge over the littlest things, right? Like, it's like this. You know what I mean? Number one, we have the hardest schedule in the league, right? I think there's 14 teams that make the playoffs every season, right? Eagles being one of them, right? So out of the 13 playoff teams that made the playoff last year, I think we're playing 10 of them, right? So it's like, what the fuck do y'all expect? You know what I'm saying? Like, no, every offensive play is not going to work. No, Kevin, do I hold Kevin Patullo accountable? Absolutely. But it's just like, y'all have this unrealistic expectation that we're supposed to blow everybody out, blah, 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 blah. And that's just simply not true. And that's just simply not going to happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, out of our 6 wins so far, again, 4 of them we've beat our playoff teams, that being the Rams, that being the Rams, that being the Chiefs, that being the beating Tampa Bay. Yeah, and I forget who else we beat. But nonetheless, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, dog, like this is a gauntlet schedule. Like, what y'all like your expectations are way too high. Now, do I expect us to win the Super Bowl? Yes. Do I give a fuck about the regular season? No. Do I care how we get there or how we win the Super Bowl? Absolutely not. And then also, last but not least, you know what I mean? Like, the first 4 weeks of the season is usually preseason anyway. A lot of the teams don't get their starters playing their starters don't play the entire preseason. So at the end of the day, yeah.
Hey, man, that's facts. Straight facts. You just dropped the thunder early on me, my guy. I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. It's all facts. Like I said, the preseason, that's all it is, until these guys start playing preseason games. It's going to take a warm-up. With new coordinators out there, you got to learn systems. You got to learn schemes. You got to learn the way he likes to call games. And I think right now we're right on pace, for a regular season, 8 games in. I feel like we're right on pace. But,
weren't weren't we 6-2 last year, eight games in? Oh,
Facts.
okay. Okay.
And
And weren't
hey,
people
10-0
complaining
the year
weren't weren't
before.
weren't people complaining about the offense last year?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I told
Okay.
people until the bye week, everybody wasn't on the Kellen Moore train. You know what I'm saying? Until the bye week, and then we came back out of it. And then that's when they jumped on the train. That's when we started really, running the ball a lot more and looking a lot better out there. The offense wasn't that smooth in the beginning.
Yeah.
What about the defense, though? How you feeling about the defense right now? I know, Howie Roseman, the king of the cap, the king, the best GM in football, went out there and made some moves. How you like the moves, and how do you think it's gonna shape up this defense?
I think some people are looking at the moves the wrong way again, right? Like I think that the moves aren't to save us. I think the moves are to add depth, right? I think people don't really understand how a defensive line works, right? You're running at the quarterback damn near, or running at the ball carrier every single play, right? You do have to interchange those players. You know what I'm saying? So getting somebody like Jalen, I forget his last name, but as getting somebody like him, he adds more depth. Adding Brandon Graham back to the fold adds depth. Jaire Alexander adds depth. You know what I'm saying? Like all of these moves are just to add depth. You know what I'm saying? Also with the departure of Zadarius Smith, I don't think people understand he retired not because he didn't want to play anymore. He retired because he got hurt and he decided to retire so that Howie Roseman and the Philadelphia Eagles could have that roster spot. You see what I'm saying? Like, so these things are for depth and depth only. I think that depth is what makes you good. Depth is what always wins in any sport, if you ask me. I'm a diehard Phillies fan. If you don't have depth at the pitching, you're not going to win. I'm a diehard Sixers fan. If you only playing five players and when the playoffs come, I mean, if you only playing five players when the playoffs come, yeah, a good 8-man rotation will always beat you because they're fresh legs. And the same thing goes with the Eagles. And also on top of that, what adds depth is, we also have a culture that embraces having depth. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, we got Saquon as our RB1, but we also have great RB2. We also have, what I'm saying? Like we have, it's always about depth. It has nothing to do with anything else. So Howie Rosen is a great, great, great master at making sure we always have depth.
So you think, I think it brings our defensive line back to the type of rotation we have both times we won a Super Bowl, both times we went to the Super Bowl. I mean, all three times we went to the Super Bowl, having that depth on that defensive line. You got BG coming back, Nolan coming back. You add Phillips there. You still got the rookie out there going back and forth between linebacker and edge rusher. So I think that brings depth for that D line. Also, I think, but what do you think about Jaire? You don't think he can get that CB2 spot?
I think he is pretty much replacing what Darius Slay was last season. You know what I'm saying? So yes, he should have the CB2 spot. He's better than Adoree Jackson. He's better than Keely Ringo. But yeah, his job is to be exactly what Darius Slay was last year. Everybody knew Darius Slay low key was on his last leg, but Pittsburgh was willing to pay him. I forget what it was. I think it was like $10-12 million for the year. I think that I don't know the details of the trade, but I think that Baltimore absorbs a lot of that contract, which we don't have to. So we're getting Jair Alexander for the cheap, and yeah, he can definitely guard your second wide receiver, right? Like that's it's okay. You know what I mean? So again, I'm not. Again, we talk about depth, right? So let's say Jair Alexander, maybe he gets hurt on a play or anything like that. Yeah, you add Ringo or somebody out there. Yeah, it's ass, but at the end of the day, depth. That to me, that should be the name of the show today. Depth.
What about, the Michael Carter thing? Do you think that's in case they have to move Desheen out to the outside and play him in the slot?
I think that it again, I would keep going back to depth, right? Like it's like listen, we made all of Howie's off trade deadline moves were all defense, right? I trust Vic Fangio, right? I think Vic Fangio is one of the greatest defensive minds that we've seen in the game in a very long time. Vic Fangio reminds me of Jim Johnson in the early 2000s when we were an elite defense back then, right? He knows how to get the best out of his defense and where to put certain players in said defense for them to have success. So I say all that to say, I just think most of these moves was about depth. That's what it comes down to. Comes down to depth.
How you feeling about AJ Brown? Do you think he's deserving, of the criticism that he gets, for
Absolutely.
all the tweets, all the
Absolutely.
emotion? Do you think he needs to
Absolutely.
stop it and be the leader, on his football team, or you think, a lot of people like on both sides of the fence. I feel like he's too grown. He's a grown ass man. He's a captain on this team. There should be no tweeting after games. That shouldn't be the first thing you think of is after you win a football game to go out there and tweet. I know he had a good game after that. He's been hurt. He was hurt. He'll be back after the bye, hopefully. I just don't want to see no more of it. I'm kind of tired of it.
So where I'm at with it is like this. AJ Brown is really acting selfish. He's making it about him. And I see both sides of this, right? The first side that I see about it is that I'm sorry. The first side that I see is that from his perspective, he's won a Super Bowl, he's been to a Super Bowl, he's been a Pro Bowler, he's been an All Pro, all of those things, right? So now you're in a space where it's like, okay, now I'm in a space where I want to secure my legacy and be a Hall of Famer. So only way he feels like he's going to get in the said Hall of Fame is if he gets the numbers. And part of that is true. I don't disagree with that. But on the other hand, my guy, you were in Tennessee and falling into the abyss. The Eagles come and get you. You've been to 2 Super Bowls, you've won a Super Bowl, and you've been an all pro for 3 seasons. What the fuck are you out here doing? Right. So I see it from his perspective in the fact that he wants the ball and he wants to be able to contribute to his numbers. And we also don't know what contract incentives that he has to be able to we don't know what contract incentives he has that allows him, you get what I'm saying? That allows him
Yeah, yeah.
to get numbers and he gets paid off of that. So I'm never going to stop somebody from getting their money, blah, 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 blah. But I don't think people understand is that the Philadelphia Eagles are the epitome right now of team football, right? Saquon Barkley is not doing what he did last year, bottom line. But at the end of the day, we're still winning football games. Same thing with, everybody, this year right now, the best, the guy who's been eating the most is probably Dallas Goedert. You know what I'm saying? But that's how it be. I don't care how it like here's where I'm at too. I'm an Eagles fan. I'm not an AJ Brown fan.
Facts. Facts. You don't see somebody out there doing that. He's having a good year too. And I always say, Saquon Barkley is probably the only one on the team that can gripe about not having yards, not having anything. And you see him out there being the leader, not even talking down on the team, saying it's his fault. He's gonna get better. And he's not worried about it. All you got to do is keep winning. So
Yeah.
it's a mindset of the team. But like you said too, I said that on previous podcasts. It's just like we're all taking the wrong angle at AJ. I think he does want to be the man, you know what I'm saying? He kind of pumped himself up this offseason talking about I'm going to be the man,
Mhm.
I want to be the best receiver in football. And like you said, the only way to do that is with numbers. You have 4 catches, 121, and you're still mad. It's because you didn't get the receptions. You know what I'm saying? If you got those receptions, Devontae had 9 that game. If he got 9 and Devontae got 4, he probably wouldn't have said nothing. But since, Devontae got 9, he got 4, I think that's what made him go run around and go say something about that, which is, like you said, it's selfish. Get over it, move on. And hopefully, after this bye week, he comes into the season, rolling, not worrying about that no more.
For sure.
How you like Jalen Hurts, man? Everybody's talking MVP with him. Do you think it's that far, or do you think he doesn't need to be an MVP? Let's just go win that Super Bowl.
I think it's just go win the Super Bowl. I don't think that he should be in the MVP conversation. Only reason why, because the way I look at the most valuable player is kind of the way that I look at the most valuable player, honestly, as the best player in the league, right? And I'm not saying Jalen Hurts is not a great quarterback. I think Jalen Hurts is he's somewhere around 7 or 8. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion, he's somewhere around 7 or 8. And that's just me being objective. Now, if you ask me as an Eagles fan, I think he's number 3, right? So, but yeah, objectively, he's somewhere around 7 or 8. With that being said, though, I don't think he should be in the MVP conversation because I just don't think we care. He doesn't care, right? Like that doesn't like it's funny. I remember somebody said Steph Curry he had at the time he had won 3 rings, right? He was three-time champion, right? And he had never won Finals MVP. And I'm like, So that diminishes his legacy because he's never been the finals MVP, but this man was the very first unanimous MVP in league history. This guy's done this. I'm pretty sure, him being not being the NBA finals MVP is not going to keep him out of the Hall of Fame. You know what I mean? Now he's finally won one with his fourth championship ring, but again, here we are, right? Like we're worried, like motherfuckers is worried about things that don't matter. You know what I'm saying? Like an MVP award, individual accolades. Cam has an MVP. He's not going to the Hall of Fame.
Facts. Lamar got 2. He ain't winning no championship yet. It don't look like he's gonna win it this year. So, out of all the NFC teams, which one worries you the most?
The Rams. The Rams are
The
the only
Rams.
one that worries us the most. And the only reason why they worry me the most is because they consistently lose to us, right? So you got a team that really, like, the Rams hate the Eagles. The Rams,
Yeah.
they hate the Eagles. We've beaten them 3 times in a row, right? Within a calendar year. And the time that they should have beaten us, right, which was, this past game, a couple of weeks back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then they want to call it a fluky play and blah, 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 blah. Blocking a field goal is not a fluke.
No.
Him missing the field goal, okay. But blocking a field goal, blocking 2 of them at that, is not a fluke. You know what I'm saying? Your linemen need to be better. You know what I'm saying? Need to make sure you do your job and block who's supposed to be blocked. But that's neither here nor there. The point is, yes, the Rams have the biggest threat to us. And the only reason why I feel that way is because for some reason, Puka Nacua just be open. I don't know how the fuck he does it. I don't know how it happens, but this guy is always fucking open. Like always, somehow, some way, he is open. I don't get it. I don't understand it. I don't see it. And nobody puts him in the top 5 receivers either, right? Like nobody, and when you name the top 5 receivers, it's Chase, it's Jefferson, it's this guy, it's that guy, but he's never in the conversation. I'm like, this guy is always fucking open. Always.
You gotta stay top 3 at least right now. AJ's, in the top 5, I think, if he gets his act together. But really right now, I think Puka's definitely top 3. He might, because I've been watching Jefferson and Chase lately. Last couple of weeks, Chase been doing all right. Jefferson been doing the same, but Puka, like you said, is always open. No matter if you double teaming them, if you got a linebacker underneath them, you got a safety on top of them. Any way you look at, the boy catches the ball and he's always open for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
They could be one of the tops in the league, man. Who else have to?
The only thing that doesn't scare me about the Rams is their cornerbacks are too small. Their defense is trash. The only person they got on defense is Jared Verse, and he ain't really done nothing this year. So
you're not worried about the Packers this week? Not at all. Micah Parsons. I always say that's their downfall. They're happy they got Micah, but they just lost to who? The Carolina Panthers.
It's not even about who you lose. It's not about who you lose to, right? Because to me, I'm about football, right? So any given Sunday, anybody can get you, right? Or any given Monday, Thursday, or whatever, right? But the Eagles has been off of work for the last 2 weeks, right? They're healthy, they're fresh. You know what I'm saying? Now, will it probably be hard because it's not an easy game? The Packers are a good team. On top of the Packers being a good team, the Packers also are playing at home, you know what I mean? And the Eagles have a very difficult 3-game stretch, right? We got the Packers, we got the Lions, and then we got the Cowboys, right? And, regardless of how people feel about the Cowboys right now, they're still a division rival. They still deserve the respect of being a division rival. But the Packers, I'm not worried about for the most part, mainly because I don't think Jordan Love is who niggas think he is. Jalen Hurts is who Jordan Love thinks he is.
Facts. What about the Detroit Lions with Matt Stafford, double good and man, Sonic and Knuckles? You got,
I think the Detroit Lions are very interesting team. They're inconsistent, right? So just as much as the Detroit Lions can beat you with Sonic and Knuckles and stuff like that, the Detroit Lions defense isn't what y'all think it is either. Again, people, this is the thing. You get one guy on defense and you think, or motherfuckers think, that the defense is now a great defense. One guy does not make your defense a great defense. One guy can change how you scheme on defense, right? So let's have this conversation. You see these, like, people don't realize, right? So these moves that Howie Roseman just made, right? People forget you have to double team Jalen Carter. You have to double team him. You have to. Like, there's no, so that's 2 offensive linemen on one guy. You know what I'm saying? There's only 5 offensive linemen and a tight end. You know what I'm saying? So now when you have 2 offensive linemen on one guy, now all of a sudden you have to scheme differently. Don't forget the Eagles have an all-pro linebacker. Don't forget the Eagles also have two. You know what I mean? Like that's what I'm saying is that the Lions don't have all of that, in my opinion. Yes, they have a great defensive edge rusher in Aiden Hutchinson, and he can change. He can change stuff. But other than that, I'm
Kevin
not. I'm not
O'Toole.
worried. They got 50 points damn near hung on them by the fucking the Commanders last year, and yeah, they lose bad games, and they only beat bad teams. The only good team they beat was the Buccaneers.
Facts, facts.
They don't
What
beat
about
good.
Kevin O'Toole, man? How you like this offense coordinator? Do you think he's right in the right groove? Do you think he can get better? What do you want to see more from? How that looking with Kevin O'Toole?
So I've been doing stand-up comedy for 19 years in February, right? The first
Yeah,
time I did stand-up, no, yeah, the first time I did stand-up, I wasn't good. The second time I did stand-up, I wasn't good. It took me some time to get better and better and better and better and better. The reason why how you get better or the only way to get better is to get experience. Now, unfortunately, for us, right, we gave Kevin Patullos the keys to a Ferrari, and he's an inexperienced driver. What I think is that I think that he wants to get better. I think that the city and I think that the team demands that he gets better. Also, I think that guys like Jalen Hurts and stuff like that probably have had that conversation with him, and we need you to be better. Calling plays is not easy. You know what I'm saying? Calling plays is not something that is just you know what I'm saying? Like, you got to know how to call a play in certain situational football, right? You got to know what to call on 1st and 10. You got to know what to call at 1st and 7 on a 55-yard, or the 50-yard line, like there is so many intricacies and nuances that come into calling plays that I believe that Kevin Patullo over the past couple of weeks actually has gotten better. So I think he can get better. I believe in the culture of the Philadelphia Eagles, and I believe that he is holding himself accountable.
you think the running game just hasn't got started because of the offensive line health?
I think the offensive line hasn't been good this year at all. I agree. The offensive line hasn't been good. We are also feeling the effects of losing Mekhi Becton. I think Becton is a great guy. Becton is a good friend of mine. And he wanted, when we was talking about, the offseason and everything like that, he wanted to stay in Philadelphia. But the Chargers, I'm not saying they overpaid him because that's my man and, he deserves every dime he gets. But he just like, look, man, this is business. I got to do what's best for my family.
Facts. And I think people don't realize that is a huge loss. They didn't forget that Steen was the starter before Becton, and then he came in and took his job. And now we got Steen again starting. And everybody's like, okay, well, Steen's ready. He's good. But, for me, it's just like it feels like he don't play big, and at that right guard spot for the Eagles, whenever we're running the ball good, is because, like Mekhi Becton, he's playing big. He's running people over. He's bulldozing people. He's moving men out the way. And the best this offensive line ever plays is when they got big man movers on that offensive line. And I think, Steve's not really one of them. Jerky's a little big, but, he's been banged up since last year's Super Bowl. Everybody act like, we didn't play the Super Bowl this year. Like I said, all those injuries that Jerky had all throughout the playoffs, he's coming back in. Remember, there's a couple games he came in, he went out, landed. Dickerson the same way. He keeps getting banged up. All that injury. They didn't really have that much of an offseason to really heal up the way he should. They probably felt good enough to go to practice and play some games, but they were definitely not 100%. And they probably won't be 100% throughout the whole year. But as long as they can get back to like 90%, 80% somewhere in that range, I feel like the run game can continue to open up. We've seen last game, Landon Dickerson finally played like the old Landon Dickerson. Like before that, he was playing like the worst of his football career. Last game, he's out there busting heads and kicking ass.
Yeah, no, I mean the offensive line is definitely took a step back, but I mean if you're telling me that's the worst part of our team, we're going to be fine.
And so back to like Phillips, man. Like Phillips coming in with this rotation, we talked a little bit about it, but like how do you see that happening? Do you think he earns a starting spot? Do you think Fangio keep it young, just rotate them all in? How do you expect that to happen? Do you think?
I mean, it just depends on how practice goes and how many snaps he's taking, right? Like again, man, it's about depth. You know what I'm saying? Like people got to realize, like I don't think Fangio, people have bought in. I think the Eagles defense have bought into Fangio's system, right? It's about fresh players. That's just what it is, man. Like, I think the more the defense is off the field, the better. The Eagles defense, unfortunately, because like Fangio wanted depth because he noticed that the offense is not doing 30, 15, 20 play drives anymore. We're getting, now we're more so like we'll score in 6 plays. You know what I'm saying? But unfortunately, the other team now is gashing us because they're on the, you know what I mean? So I think it's just depth, bro. That is the one thing I'm gonna keep saying. That, like, I don't think it's about starting. I don't think it's about how many snaps he plays or anything like that. Like, it'll get there when it needs to get there. Right now, let's just we got 2 very important games that we need to win going forward, and it's just like, yo, do what needs to be done and figure out how to scheme to make sure that these quarterbacks don't have time to throw.
Does Dean keep his spot at middle linebacker, or is it going to go back to the rookie?
I don't do Jahad Campbell. I don't know. I don't. Again, I don't know. Dean is coming back from a very serious injury. You know what I'm saying, in the play he suffered in the playoffs. If you notice that Fangio's been easing him back into the lineup. He's been easing him back in, having him cover on special teams and stuff like that to get back to the speed of the game. You know what I'm saying? I think it's going to be a little bit of both. It's not, again, we keep talking about starting spots, this spots, that spot, this spot, that spot. The goal at the end of the day is to make sure we're making plays. And Fangio is here to do that.
So I think we got a couple of hours left before the trade deadline. Do you think Howie makes any other moves?
Not really. No, I don't think,
Is there
because
a move
people
that you would like to see them make if you think there is one out there?
if we get an offensive lineman, that'll be good. If we get another right guard, if we get an offensive lineman, I'll be happy with that. But other than that, I don't think we need any running backs. I don't think we need a wide receiver. If you make another defensive move, cool. But
Then we're good at tight end. I know Dallas Goedert's having a good year, but behind him, we haven't seen much from Calcaterra.
yeah. But
EJ
I
Johnson
mean,
hasn't played. None of these other tight ends have played very much. You think we need anything
why
else?
do we need to make, yeah, like, that's another thing, right? Like, y'all got to understand too, making trades is not always about the player. It's also about the fit. It's also about the locker room. It's also about, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's always like, people don't realize like how much team chemistry and fit matters in somebody's offense or defense. You know what I'm saying? Yes, there are special players and blah 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 blah. Like my man just said, we need a safety, and it's like, nah, bro, you overreacted. This is what I'm talking about, right? Like, you want everybody and their mom to play for the Eagles, and it's like, that's not how this works. That's not how salary cap works. That's not how, like, everybody is not trying, and everybody doesn't fit in to a certain scheme. We've seen often, right? Like Zach Bond is a very, very prime example. He was not used right in New Orleans. He gets with Vic Fangio, and now all of a sudden he's an all-pro. Y'all keep trying to go bank on names and blah, 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 blah. It's about fit. To me, Howie Roseman has done nothing but earn my trust and my faith. He's done everything. He's made some bad mistakes, of course, Jalen Rieger, whatever. You know what I mean? He's made mistakes.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, he's built us 2 different fucking Super Bowl rosters. I want Eagles fans, you shut the fuck up.
You shut the fuck up. I love that, man. I love that shut the fuck up series you do, man. That shit's sweet. Let's go to this then. Who do you where were you rank the Eagles team as a whole right now in the NFL? Because I think they're definitely number 1 in the NFC, obviously, as you've seen, but I think they could be the best team in the league right now. And do they need to be moving forward? Because I think the Eagles need the first round bye, to really set things straight over here this year.
No, we don't.
You don't think so?
We don't need it. We don't need it. We don't need it. We would like it. It's a great thing. It's amazing, right? Like it would be great to have. Why is this fucking light going off? It'd be great to have it, but I don't think that wait a minute, time out. It says Makuba's inconsistent, Blankenship solid, nothing special. There's no veteran alpha in the safety room. Last I checked, bro, there's no safety room. It's a fucking it's no such thing as a safety room. It's the defensive backs room, right? So that's number 1. Number 2, isn't Makuba a rookie? Or isn't he? Isn't he like how old is Makuba?
He's a rookie.
Yeah, bro. Like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you
I think
are
Makuba's been good.
he's made mistakes. That is part of the game. He's made mistakes, but you know what? Let me mute this motherfucker, man. Tony the Siberian. You know what I mean? I get it. Tony the Tiger, man. Yeah, man, go root for the Bengals, motherfucker. Like, we don't need that energy over here, bro. You him. No, but I mean, I get what he's saying, but no, man, no. And what do you give it up for Minka Fitzpatrick?
Yeah, a third rounder. I
Exactly.
guess we got so many of those.
Man. All right, anyway,
Fitzpatrick got picked up by someone. I think he went to the Bengals, unless that was a fake trade.
I don't know who he would. I don't care about. I haven't cared about Minka Fitzpatrick.
Did you want CJGJ back? Charlie Garner, you wanted him back?
No.
No.
Like that's what I'm keep saying, y'all. Like y'all, we be glorifying some of these niggas, yo. Like CJGJ was let go for a reason. For a reason. And if you've noticed, he's bounced around from practice squad to fucking practice squad the last couple weeks, right?
Yeah.
So like y'all want him like he's loud and he talks and blah 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 blah. Yo, bro, here's one thing. Let me explain something to y'all, right? Do you know what made the Patriots good back during their dynasty? Do you know?
The team, it's a complete team.
No,
There wasn't a real superstar.
no. That's not what made them good. What
Belichick.
made them good was Bill Belichick was the GM at the time, and Bill Belichick knew when it was time to move off players. He knew when to move off of a motherfucker early, right? He didn't move off people late. He moved off of them early. And at the time when he would move off of people, you would say to yourself, why the hell would he do that? Well, apparently he knows something that we didn't know. Well, Howie Roseman is the same guy, if you ask me. He knows something that you motherfuckers in the fandom area don't know. And everybody that's an Eagles fan seems to feel like they're a fucking GM. You're not a GM. I would sign this guy. I would sign that guy. No, you work at UPS. Sign over the fucking package, motherfucker. All right? Like, what are we doing here, man? So my thing is that, yeah, man, you know when to move off a motherfucker early. You know when to move off a motherfucker too soon. You know what I'm saying? And also, again, rookies, these guys, they get better. Every rookie doesn't come in and become a immediate, quick hit. It takes time. The only way to get experience is to get experience. That's the only way. Makuba has made some great tackles. Makuba has made some very, 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 very intricate plays that has helped us win. Has he made bad plays? Yes, it be like that. Everybody don't have a good day. Jalen Hurts, when he played the fucking Giants the first time, it's probably one of the worst games he's ever had. It be like that. Nobody's perfect. Josh Allen don't be having great games every week, but niggas be sucking his dick like he's the fucking Messiah. It's like everybody, like it's like, you know what I mean? Now, when it comes to the identity of Ringo and Adoree Jackson, okay, we've seen enough tape. Their ass, which is why we went out and tried to get another. We tried to go out and get other people.
2 more quarters.
He's ass. You know what I'm saying? But like at the end of the day, it's like come on, man. So I guess back to the original. What was the original question? Because he someone fucking Anthony, man.
He got you word out. You still going in the chat too. You
You can keep it straight, but it starts from you. Fitzpatrick F. Gator. Okay. All right. Okay. Well, you go call Howie Roseman and tell him to call Howie Roseman to make the trade.
We can't have a super team all the time. I think, when you got a team like this,
we don't have a super team. We don't have a super team.
We don't have one.
Because we don't have a super team because the Eagles in the power rankings currently somewhere around 7 or 8. We don't have a super team. They keep telling us we do have a super team, but at the end of the day, they be ranking other teams ahead of us. We're ass, in my opinion.
I'm saying, we don't need a super team. You know what I'm saying? We got the team we got, and they're good enough. And to me, we got the best roster in football. Like you said, like a lot of people look at like stats and whatnot, quarterback stats. But even like you said, like I've seen Josh Allen, Patty Mahomes, all the best ones, Lamar, all suck ass in football games this year. You know what I'm saying? Like this year, not played high. I seen Patty throw it into the dirt. I seen him overthrow people. It's like, we got a quarterback that just right along with them. You know what I'm saying? Like we got a leader just like they do, but our leader wins and wins football games consistently. So, like I
I
said,
just
I'm
think
not worried.
that I just think that everything is about fit. Fit is more important than, you know what I mean? Like, look, I didn't, you don't, everybody, we, when we, even when choosing a partner in life, right? Like, let's be real, y'all. Like, you could have a bad bitch in a sense, right? But if she's not on the same page as you, and y'all not on the same page, you know what I mean? And blah, 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 blah. It's just not a good fit. I don't give a fuck how cute she is. So yeah, Minka Fitzpatrick sounds sexy in the grand scheme of things, but how do we know he's about winning? How do we know he wants to win? How do we know he just don't like? You know how many players in the NFL don't give a fuck about winning? They just want to collect their check and just be done. I don't think
Right.
y'all really know that, man. Like I got a lot of homies that play in the NFL, bro. I got a lot of homies that have played in the NFL over the years. And everybody in the locker room does not care about winning. You know what they care about? Making sure that they're making a 52-man roster so that they can make sure that they get their game check and they can move on about their business. That's what this is about, unfortunately. And y'all think that everybody's about winning. How do we know Minka Fitzpatrick is quote unquote about winning? He may not be. He may want to be. Again, bro, it's everybody has it. Like, it's about fit, man. It really is. You don't think Howie Roseman is calling around for certain people and asking not even just about who they are as a football player, but I don't think y'all really understand how much mentality goes in to the game. This is why I tell people Jalen Hurts is a better quarterback than a lot of people believe, not because of just his throwing abilities and running abilities, but Jalen Hurts poised and able to stay stoic in times and moments where the team needs him the most, and he's not rattled and stuff like that. That is a big deal, right? Think about somebody like Aaron Rodgers, who's an incredible thrower of the football, right? He's a fucking cancer. He's toxic, bro. He rolls his eyes at the other players. He's cussing other players out. He's not a good teammate. That's why he's only won one Super Bowl. He's not,
Exactly.
he's an awful teammate, but he has accolades out the wazoo. Good for him.
What are you playing for, championships or accolades? And our quarterback's playing for championships. Like you said, his biggest thing to me is he's not selfish. You know,
Yeah,
I think he's not worried about getting yards, but he can have a game where he throws for 100, runs for 100, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? No touchdowns. As long as we win the football game, he's happy. You know what I'm
I
saying?
don't
Like,
care if we win the game 6-3.
yeah. And I think that's the quality that he has. Not like you said, none of these other quarterbacks really got. Everybody else want to light up the stat sheet. Be an all pro, which you can't doubt them. That's what they grew up playing football, trying to do, wanting to be. So it's like it is what it is. But when you got a quarterback like the Tom Brady's and stuff that's not selfish, people act like Tom Brady threw 4,000 yards his whole career. You know what I'm saying? His first 3 years, he was a game changing, game manager quarterback. They lucky they had a good defense and a good kicker that won them those first couple of Super Bowls. Throughout the years of winning and the team being more popular, and Belichick getting better and everybody's getting better. That's when he started really, when he got Randy Moss, that's when he started putting up big numbers, became a GOAT like that. So it is what it is. Jalen's early. I think he's on his way to being the next GOAT, regardless if people want to give it to him now, whether he wins the MVP now or later. What I'm saying? He definitely got a couple of them in him. And I definitely see a couple more rings coming on his fingers.
There it is.
Are you going to any games this year?
Yeah,
Left.
I'm going to two games. So the first game I'm going to will be in a few weeks. Me and my daughter, just her first Eagles game. We're going to see the Philadelphia Eagles play the Chicago Bears up in Philly. When I go to Philadelphia for my daughter's first birthday party, we're all traveling as a family. So me, my two daughters, and my wife, we're all going to Philly to my wife is a Cowboys fan, by the way. But
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
my wife is a
Wow.
Cowboys. See what I'm saying? It's about
How's it
fit.
work in the household? The daughters Eagle fans, or does
Yeah,
mom
yeah,
get them to
everybody.
go the
No,
other direction?
she no, 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 no. So my 10-year-old, she's, my bonus daughter, right? So she was around before, or they had her before we got together. But I've been around since she was about 3 years old. And my 4-year-old or my 10-year-old is definitely a Eagles fan. She's the one who I'm taking to the game. She is completely converted. She wears her Eagles stuff to school. She is a diehard, like she takes it serious. You know what I'm saying? As far as then I have my baby. She's about to turn 1 in November. And she doesn't have a choice. So there's that. So but yeah, no, yeah. Yeah, but I'm going to that game, and then I'm also taking my daughter to when I live in LA. So we're playing the Chargers here in LA. So we're going to that game as well.
Oh, I'm going to the Detroit game here in Philly, and then we are going to me and my girl. My girl's birthday is December 8th. We're going to that Charger game as well. That should be a good one too. That'd be awesome.
Yeah. So y'all coming to
Are
LA
you
for the Chargers game?
Are you gonna convert your girl? Is she diehard Cowgirls fan, or can you convert her still? You still got time.
She's a Cowboys fan because her dad is a Cowboys fan, and it's like I understand, right? Like if your dad, you pretty much root for who your dad root for. You know what I'm saying? So I get it.
Not changing that one. It's so much for that. But hey,
Nah,
I guess the household's cool except for Dallas Eagle games. How's that work out at home?
it doesn't even bother. Like my wife is not a hardcore football fan. You know what I mean? Like
Oh,
she's
okay.
not like she don't.
You
Yeah,
don't
she's
wear
just not a
Dallas
hard.
stuff, but she can be in your face talking shit.
She can't talk shit. What have you? What is there to talk about? There's
Well,
nothing to talk about.
early
No,
in the
it's like you
season,
gotta
though.
remember, I met my wife in '08, right? I met her in '08, '07. Now, mind you, we were just friends back in the day, but I met her back in '07, '08, right? So there's no, like unless I met her back in '90 fucking 3, then there's something to talk about. But there's been nothing to talk about since 1995. Nothing. January 14th, 1996 to be exact. There's been nothing to talk about.
Do you think the Eagles gonna get the dynasty? That's the dynasty
If
talk
if
out.
the if if
Do you
Eagles
believe,
if
like I
Eagles
believe, the Eagles have 4 years or 3 to 4 years to make it happen? After that, with all the money of all the players play to the abilities we think they're going to play to, and all this money got to get dished out, it's going to make it hard to really keep a lot of them. Some of them going to get to go. Do you think this window's like a 2 to 4 year window, and we can get a couple more chips in there?
I think every team has when you build a team, right? So like prime example, right? With the Kansas City Chiefs era, right? You know, 5 they've been to what? How many Super Bowls they've been to? They've won 3. I think they've lost 2, right? So they've been to 5. They lost 2. They lost to the Bucks, and they lost to us. So they've been to 5 Super Bowls, won 3, right? And that's
Right.
all within about a 6, 7, 5, 6, like a 6 year, like a 6, 7 year time span. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah, yeah.
because I think, yeah, it's been in like a 6, 7 year time span, right? So with that being said, right, I would say the Eagles dynasty began the year we went to the Super Bowl against the Chiefs the first time and lost, right? So you look at it like this: we have about another 4 years to probably get about 1 to 2 more Super Bowls, and I think that's why Eagles fans are so panicky, right? Because
Yeah.
because we all understand that our window is now, right? So even if let's just say we don't win now, right? So like think about it last year, right? Or the year that the collapse year. So 2023, the collapse year, right? Fans were so disappointed because it's like, yo, like this is like we have a Super Bowl roster. We just, you know what I'm saying? So I say all that to say, I think the Eagles have about another 4 years to win 2 more Super Bowls. I think in the next 4 years, 4 to 5 years, we honestly our window is between now and 2030. By the end of the decade, I would have hoped to have won 2 more Super Bowls.
2030. Wow. Yeah, I think it's we got the best GM, so that's definitely possible. Yeah, 2 to 3. If you're gonna go all the way to 30, yeah, I think we should do that. It was 2 to 3 because I feel
I
like
am if we leave this decade with 3 Super Bowls, I'm happy. So we have 1. If we leave this decade with 2 more Super Bowls, I'm happy.
yeah, that'd be nice. That'd be nice, man.
And
But
I
hey,
think that's
man,
realistic. That's a realistic expectation.
yeah, before the money gets out of control, because money, Howie's good with the money. Salary cap's going up, but also player contracts are gonna be
But
going up.
the key is everybody knows what the key is to win a Super Bowl. The
Drafting.
draft. It's the
Yeah.
draft. When you get good players on rookie deals.
That's how you build a football team.
Good players on rookie deals. Quinyon Mitchell, rookie deal. Cooper DeJean, rookie deal still. Fucking Jalen Carter is still on his rookie deal, right? Like, which, by the way, he's going to have to get paid at the end of the year. No doubt about it.
This year, Jalen, yeah. Jordan
He's
Davis
getting
has to
paid
pay.
I think Jordan Davis got paid already, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know if he did or didn't.
I think he got his 5th-year contract, his 5th-year option picked up. This is his 5th
But
year.
nonetheless, though, people are like, what's going to happen is folks are going to have to start getting paid. And when folks have to start getting paid, then that's when you know what I'm saying? So you got to figure out who you letting go, who you staying. But the main thing is drafting. Drafting is what keeps the team still good, is drafting.
Oh wow, the coach
Don't
did
forget
just
the
pick
Chiefs.
up.
The Chiefs. Don't forget the Chiefs. The Chiefs just moved off They moved off Tyreek Hill and won 2 more Super Bowls.
Facts. Yeah.
They-
I tell people that because I don't think AJ's getting re-up. You know, I could be blind about it, but I don't think AJ's getting re-up. I think, this next year or two, I think he's left on his contract. That's gonna be it. Smitty might get re-upped. There's gonna be a lot of changes to our football team, but hopefully we can develop something, like you said, through the draft, free agency, and get it going on here. So yeah,
you just got the breaking news just now.
yeah, Sauce Gardner to the Colts, man.
I'm glad. Thank God. No, I'm good with that. I'm good with that.
New York just don't like their football players, man. They just give them away. Give them away. Sauce wasn't the reason why you're doing this thing. But yeah, that's another good. I like seeing ex-Eagle coaches dominate in the league, because when I'm watching football, when I'm seeing the Ravens, even the Harbaugh, I remember him with the Eagles, what I'm saying? I don't, as long as he's not playing the Eagles and not playing, what I'm saying? Like,
right.
I can be like, hey, what's up? That's what's up. Steichen over there, the Bills coach, what I'm saying? Look at all the dominating teams in football right now. They're all ex-Eagles coaches. It makes you know what kind of organization you root for, and what kind of organization you're backing. One of the best in the league for sure.
Yeah. Here's my thing with that trade. And I'm speaking from 2 perspectives. One, the Eagles fan perspective. Nobody in our conference got him. Cool. I'm happy about that, right? Like, he can go to the Colts, right? The Colts are decent. The Colts are letting them know, letting the league know we trying to win. We trying to win. I can respect that. Now, the next part is Sauce Gardner ain't worth 2 first-round picks.
Hell no. I just thought
Sauce
about that.
Gardner is not worth 2-round picks at all. At all.
Oh. He was like,
so he's good. He's not worth 2 first-rounders. I would never pay 2 first-round picks for a cornerback.
Yeah, that is a lot. That's a lot for corner.
2 first-rounders for 2 first-round picks. No.
Yeah.
So to me, the Jets won that trade.
Where do you rank them at? Like, it depends where you rank them at. Because I remember when he was the best. He got 2 first.
I would give who got 2 who
Ramsey, right? When he got traded, it was for 2 first.
Jalen? Who wait a minute, hold on. When Jalen Ramsey, so who traded him? The Jaguars, right?
Yeah, to the Dolphins. I think that's when they gave up 2 first. I don't remember.
And how did that help? And tell me how that's helped the Dolphins.
No, it didn't. Not in the win category, at least. Dolphins struggled with Tua, man. Ever since Tua got the concussion, that team's horrible until they get a new quarterback. Oh, the Rams. They said it was the Rams. Oh, yeah, when he got traded to the Rams, too, yeah. And they did good with him, right?
I mean, they didn't win the Super Bowl because Jalen Ramsey was there.
Oh,
They won the Super Bowl because of Matt Stafford.
2 first-round picks is only good for quarterback, you think?
I think first-round picks are good for. I think first-round picks are good for quarterbacks and edge rushers.
Yeah. People go after the quarterback, Pete to get the quarterback, yeah.
I don't think Sauce Gardner.
Would you be mad if the Eagles traded McKee for a first and a second or a first and a third?
Nobody's giving up McKee for a first. Nobody's giving up a first for McKee. But if somebody were willing to do that, I would trade McKee in a heartbeat. If
You
somebody
don't
said,
think
"Yo, give us a first round, we'll give you a first round pick for Tanner McKee," I would do it in a heartbeat. In a heartbeat.
you won't
In a
worry about not
heartbeat.
having a backup?
We have we have like we have Jalen Hurts. What the fuck? Like I mean, not to say a backup. You know what a backup is supposed to do?
Be ready
People
to
don't
play a
realize
game or two in case quarterback get hurt.
that's it, man. Like I remember when last year when Jalen got hurt, I said he's probably gonna be out for a week or two, right? Let's just make sure he's healthy so we can have him for the playoffs. I don't care, Kenny Pickett, just don't fuck it up.
Right?
So and
Yeah.
and and then I saw the Shaheed trade too. I ain't worried about that trade either. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not worried about Seattle. I'm not worried about Seattle.
Yeah, I don't worry about anybody in this NFC.
But
Not
first
really worried
first
about
round
anybody
picks,
this year, period.
first round picks are not to be used on a defensive back, in my opinion. Unless his name was Deion Sanders.
Yeah. So you think, just going back to mine real fast, so what would you say? Because you don't think he's worth a first round pick. What would you be happy if we were to trade McKee to get like a third, a second? You still be happy with it, or are you saying you're
I,
tripping
I
now?
don't I don't understand. I mean, my thing is, why are we talking about trading Tanner McKee? You know what I mean? Like, what are
And
we?
trading deadline, just some, maybe if we
Oh,
got
my thing is, that's not a trade you make at a trading deadline, right? You only make people don't realize this is what the trading deadline is for. The trade deadline is for teams who have no shot at winning, selling their players to get the most back for them. Sauce Gardner, right, is on a Jets team that is 1 win and 7 losses or something like that, right? They have no shot at making the playoffs. They will not make, they will not make the playoffs. So now what are you doing? You're now trying to put yourself in position to have the most and the best draft capital there is possible, right? So now they have 2 first round picks. I'm pretty sure one of those first round picks will be used in the 2026 draft. The Jets also will have another first round pick in the 2026 draft, and it'll be a top 5 pick because they're ass. So now here's where you're putting yourself in position. So my thing is the Eagles trading for Tanner McKee during the trade deadline for a second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth round pick makes no sense because we're on a Super Bowl run. You take that trade at the end of the season before the draft. That's when you make that trade. You don't
yeah,
make
but
that trade right now.
I got a first rounder for you right now. Like you said, the Jets need a quarterback. They don't got a
If you give
quarterback.
me
That's
a first, but you got to remember, right? A first round pick is extreme draft capital, right? So if right now at the trade deadline, you tell me, yo, I'll give you a first round pick for Tanner McKee. Well, yeah, now I can go out and use that first round pick before the deadline is over and give that pick to, let's just say, we'll just say the fucking Browns and we get Myles Garrett back. I'm just saying
yeah.
picks is for capital. Bottom line.
Are you mad we didn't get Miles?
No.
No. Phillips
No.
works.
I think I'm not mad because you got to eat that contract, bro. Like he just got paid. You got to eat. Like people don't understand how much trades, how much. Do y'all ever play Madden or 2K and you see like when you remember back when we used to play Madden, you played on franchise mode. The only
Yeah.
time that you would actually be able to make a dumbass trade without money involved and stuff like that is when you would turn off the salary cap or you would turn off or just say, yo, let's force the trade. But other than that, trade, it has to make sense money wise as well as player wise. So
yeah, that's true. Howie is the king of the cap. 90 million Carson Wentz dead cap money. He moved it around. So if anybody
yeah,
can do it, our team can do it for sure.
right.
But yeah, we coming up on the hour, man. Should salute to all you guys out there. We got 160 watching, man. Make sure you hit that like, hit that follow button. What I like to do at the end of my shows, when we got first timers, is have an all-time Eagles team. These are the best players, your favorite players, that you watched growing up as an Eagles fan. We go through them a couple each position at the end to wrap the show up and get you going, my guy.
All right, yeah, let's go.
So let's start out with quarterback. Give me your starting quarterback and your backup.
This is recency bias. I don't care. I'm going Jalen Hurts as my starter and my backup. Give me Give me Donovan McNabb as my backup.
Okay. Give me 3 running backs.
RB1 is Saquon Barkley. RB2 is Brian Westbrook. And RB3 is Ricky Waters.
Ooh, Ricky Flowing Waters. Give me 4 receivers.
Wide receiver 1 is A.J. Brown. No. Wide receiver 1 is Terrell Owens. Wide receiver 2 would be A.J. Brown. Wide receiver 3 would be Devontae Smith. And wide receiver 4 would be, wide receiver 3 would be Harold Carmichael. And wide receiver 4 would be Devontae Smith.
Oh, you left T-Jacks off. 2 tight ends.
I'm not,
Yeah. 2 tight ends.
I don't think 2 tight ends. Give me prime Zach Ertz and give me prime Chad Lewis.
Oh. Give me a starting offensive line from left tackle to right tackle, or vice versa.
So let me just give you an offensive line, period. Because I mean, I wasn't, everybody shifts around and blah, 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 blah. Only thing that's solidified is I know Jason Kelsey would be my center. But on the offensive line, I would take Lane Johnson for sure. John Runyon.
Okay.
John Runyon. Landon Dickerson for sure. Man, offensive line is hard. I don't know if niggas remember Barrett Brooks. I like Barrett Brooks a lot.
Yeah, I remember Barrett. He's on TV, baby. Yeah, we remember him.
I remember Barrett Brooks. And then just I'll throw in there just Mailata. Oh, and Mailata for sure.
Yeah. I used to like Sean Andrews too. That's another one people.
Yeah, I like Sean Andrews. Yeah.
What about your starting defensive line?
Reggie White. And then you could throw anybody out. Give me all Reggie White. No, I'm playing. Give me Reggie White. I'm really blanking on players right now. God damn, yo.
Yeah, like Pledge. We got Trent Cole.
Who? You said who?
Fletcher Cox, Trent Cole.
Oh, okay. Yeah, definitely give me Fletcher Cox for sure. I'll take Fletcher Cox and Jalen Carter in the middle for sure. And then on the other end, I'll take Brandon Graham on the other end. I'll take Brandon Graham on the other end.
Hell yeah, we got 3 linebackers.
Give me Jeremiah Trotter. Shit, I mean, we ain't had such a good linebacker core in a long time, man. Like, I'll take Zach Bond. And I'm trying to think of other linebackers back in the day, man.
Let's see who we got. You can go Nigel Bradham, Takeel Spikes, Sean Bradley, Stuart Bradley, I think his name was. He was good for us.
Yeah, we weren't like we not like a linebacker, nah. And I'm gonna be real. Them teams from I got who?
Seth Joyner, Ike Reese. Seth Joyner.
I'll take Seth. Just off of I'll just take Seth because I like Seth. That's it. No other reason.
Yeah. All right, give me your 3 cornerbacks.
3 cornerbacks. 3.
Yeah.
Troy Vincent, Bobby Taylor, and I liked Lito Shepherd. I like Lito Shepherd.
3 safeties.
I mean, there's one. I mean, outside of the obvious, right?
Yeah, Dawkins. Everybody know Dawkins.
Yeah, outside of the obvious. Give me Malcolm Jenkins. And I mean, I'm gonna be real. I don't really need nobody else out of them 2. Like, I don't really need nobody else. I don't need nobody else, man. No, everybody else is irrelevant. I don't need nobody else.
Okay. We're gonna leave you with two
But
safeties. Give me
leave me with two. Yeah,
a kicker, a punter, and a kick returner.
kick returner for sure. Deshaun Jackson.
Okay.
A kicker. I like Jake Elliott over David Akers, and I like Akers.
Ooh.
I like Akers, but like Jake Elliott has been, y'all niggas be, he'll miss a couple here and there, right? But let's not act like that nigga wasn't making kicks in the snow last season.
Fact.
Like if he don't make them kicks in the snow, we're done. The snow,
No.
and punter. And punter, I don't know. Give me fucking Tom Tupa. I don't know. Some nigga, I don't know. Give me,
We give you Roca. We're gonna put Roca on your roster.
give me them muffins. Give me some of that, one of them. It don't matter. I don't give a fuck who you got at punter.
Okay, and last we got offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, and head coach. You have a head coach, you want like two head coaches, you can move them into their like assigned positions. Like, if you want Andy Reid and Dougie P, one could be the offensive coordinator, blah, 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 you know what I'm saying?
I want Shane Steichen as my offensive coordinator.
Ooh.
Bottom line, after seeing what I'm seeing, man, like, give me Steichen at the offensive coordinator. I like him over like Frank Wright. You know what I'm saying? Give me. Give me Jim Johnson as my defensive coordinator. I ain't gonna lie though, I like Schwartz though. I did like Schwartz, but give me Jim
No, Big
Johnson.
Daniel, Big won us this championship.
He did, but I think here's the thing. Jim Johnson's from the same area now that I think about it. But I just, maybe it's just my childhood, not childhood, but I was an adult,
You're right.
Maybe it's just
that's one you rolling with,
fine.
which is understandable. He was great. We all loved his style defense. We all wish that Joe played more of his style defense. And your head coach?
And I'll take Andy Reid.
Reid? No championship, Reid? Oh. See, like that's my guy. Listen. Yes, yeah. Look, he's a better coach than Doug Peterson. And right now he's a better coach than Nick Sirianni. And I love Nick Sirianni. But Andy Reid was the most consistent that we had. I'm gonna be real, right? Like he started this shit. The Eagles weren't good before him. He started.
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, hey, man. Thanks again. That's an awesome little team. And thanks again. Are you doing anything? What we're gonna get to next? You shut the fuck up.
I do one every Monday, right? So this week it probably won't come till Tuesday just because of the game being Monday and stuff like that. But outside of all that stuff, man, like I'm a very accomplished stand-up comedian, very tour across the country. I got a comedy special on Peacock called My Edible Kicked In, blah, 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 blah. So it's not just sports. I'm actually funny in real life. Yeah, but I do got to dip though real quick. I got to dip though. I got a meeting. I'm sorry. I got to. I'm
we're wrapping up right now, man. Hey, thanks for joining the show. You have a great rest of your day, brother.
All right, man.
Please fly, Eagles fly. Hey, great show, you guys. Make sure you guys hit that like wherever you are. Hit that follow. Subscribe. Go hit my boy up. On all platforms. CLINT Coley. I start watching some of this comedy, man. He is a funny motherfucker. I'm telling you, funny as hell. Make sure you go join him. Check him out, man. Hey, watch out for tonight. We're going to be having the Truth tonight. 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The Truth, me and JC Sports Talk will be dropping it, talking about our opinions of how the team looked and how the team did this bye week. So fly, Eagles, fly. Till next time, I'm out. Peace.
How about our quarterback? How about our quarterback?
I'm your quarterback.
He's a stud.
He is a stud.
I knew he was going to play that way. I knew it. Don't doubt him. All he does
I'm
is win.
Birdgang 31 and I'm fly like an eagle. Hit him low, hit him high like the Eagles. Catch me on a podcast and we only talking Eagles. Dallas still sucks and ain't nothing like the Eagles. I'm one O-line, Jaelan Hurts top 5. Run it like Saquon, like I'm down Queen. Always open AJ, touchdown, say. Strap him up like the Jean. Second